Alright, you guys, let's go outside today. It's a travel vlog. Look at this. What is this? Ugh, it looks bad. This doesn't look good. Alright, well, let's not get discouraged. Can't be that bad. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, maybe not today. Good morning, you guys. It's not the best day to go outside today, but it's always a good day for a story. And I got a whole new one planned for you today. Now, if you haven't seen last week's video, you can always check it out. I'm gonna link it in a card right over there. Alright, let's do this. Penny Arcade Expo, PAX for short. If you don't know what that is, it's a video game convention where a whole bunch of game fans get together to play video games and generally hang out with like-minded people. Now, I personally have been going to PAX for, I'd say something like 5 or 6 years. I've honestly lost count. There's even one of my ancient vlogs from many years ago that talks about it. I'll link it in a card for you if you want to check it out. It's pretty cringeworthy, but as old as that video is, that isn't even my first PAX. I think it's my second or third. Main point is that PAX has been a huge tradition to me, and I've been to every single one ever since they started going. Of course, all traditions start somewhere, and mine started before I could even remember. I started with these things. Video games. Alright, let's get off the floor, huh? I got a whole bunch of precious memories from when I was a child in Ukraine, and a lot of them involve video games. Some of the earliest, my introduction to games was my older cousin, playing his NES. Of course, because I was in Ukraine, it wasn't a real NES, or a Famicom, or any official console. It was some Korean knockoff called Dendy. Its mascot was like a little elephant, but I didn't know that as a kid. To me, it was amazing. It was video games. And plus, honestly, there was no difference besides questionable legality. So one faithful Christmas afternoon, my cousin got a Super Nintendo. And that same day, he passed the NES onto me. And that's where it all began. I've been playing games ever since. Okay, so why did this turn into video games? A history with Artem Sorokin. When I was a kid, video games was how I connected with a lot of my friends. Of course, we also played outside and rode our bikes and played board games, but for at least 1 hour every single day, we would spend in front of the TV and play some games. These days, it's kind of tough to get a group together in front of the same screen. Everyone has busy adult lives. So I think of PAX as an evolution of my childhood. Just like before, it's one of the ways where my American friends and I have fun and connect over video games. Because ultimately, that's the point of PAX. The expo is packed with events. Of course, there's the main attraction, the reason why everybody comes there. It's the main expo hall. It's a place where AAA developers and indies alike show their upcoming games. It's a place where you can try out games that aren't out yet and won't be for either months or potentially years. It's also a great place to come and play current or past games. You can either join tournaments and compete with your friends or strangers, or you can just play for fun. It's also a place to cosplay, meet your favorite cosplayers, and meet your favorite game industry celebrities. There hasn't been a single PAX where I haven't run into somebody I know from either YouTube or Twitch or the industry in general. If you are at all a part of this culture, this is a place where it's so easy to connect with others. There hasn't been a single year where I was alone. That doesn't mean there weren't days when I wasn't able to hang out with my friends, but on those days, every single time I managed to make new ones. Now, I personally used to come to play the big games, the AAAs. I used to come to play the latest, greatest Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo games. That was the big draw. That was how I heard about PAX. These days, I come to discover indies. Every year, there are dozens of games that I've just never heard of. Some of these indies don't have that big of a reach. The big sites, the big YouTubers, they don't cover them. And so many of these games are so good. And indie booths don't generally have lines. They're an amazing place to come with your friends and play little bite-sized multiplayer games. Speaking of lines, this is one of the downsides of PAX. If you do want to play those big upcoming games, you will stand in lines a lot. And you will also walk a lot. But while you're there, you don't notice it. You're always surrounded by a million interesting things, and you're sharing that experience with people who matter. If you think about it, it's kind of like Disneyland. Of course, after the show floor closes, there are always after parties. Now, these are kind of hit or miss. It really depends on if you find a good one and if you're with the right people. And of course, when I was, and if you are under 21, it's tough. Most of them involve drinking. Finally, at the end of the day, yes, it's about the video games, but also it's about spending a weekend with your closest friends in the delightfully weird downtown Seattle. Okay, sometimes it does tip a little more towards the weird and a little less towards the delightful. Sure, like any big city, but in general, it is a weekend worth having. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the little bell. I don't know where it is. It's next to the subscribe button to instantly get notifications every time I post a video. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button down there and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have you ever been to PAX? What are your experiences? Would you like to go to PAX? Is there anything you'd like me to cover? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Just because the cards kind of lined up this way, I swear this was not planned. Next week we're going to PAX once again, but this time we're on a mission. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next Thursday at 11 a.m. right here on my channel. Peace!